Venezuelan pirates open fire on U.S. Coast Guard borders. Navy response in 4 minutes, obliterates entire pirate fleet. Caribbean Sea, 67 nautical miles north of Venezuelan coast. USCGC Stone conducts routine counter-narcotics patrol. Legend-class national security cutter, 418 feet, 4,500 tons, crew of 120, armed with 57mm gun, .50 caliber machine guns, and boarding teams trained for law enforcement operations. Coast Guard mission, not combat. That's about to change violently. At 11:31 a.m., radar detects suspicious vessel, 42 feet, fast-moving, go-fast boat profile, Venezuelan registration, course erratic, speed 38 knots, classic drug runner behavior. Boarding team to ready stations. Prepare for law enforcement intercept. Lieutenant Commander Jake Thompson commands USCGC Stone. 16 years Coast Guard service. 47 drug interdictions. 0 casualties. Professional, experienced, confident in his crew. The boarding team assembles. 6 Coast Guardsmen. Body armor, helmets, M4 carbines. Non-lethal options ready. Standard law enforcement configuration. Rules of engagement. Detain and search suspected drug trafficking vessel. This is routine, done it hundreds of times. Quick boarding, document check, cargo inspection, either arrest or release. Routine ends at 11:47 a.m. The boarding team approaches in rigid hull inflatable boat. Engines roaring, spray flying, professional approach. By the book. The Venezuelan go-fast boat cuts engines, appears cooperative, hands visible on deck. 50 meters, 30 meters, 20 meters. At 10 meters, everything explodes. AK-47 fire erupts from the Venezuelan vessel. Full automatic, multiple weapons, aimed fire, not warning shots. Bullets impact the RHIB, puncture inflatable sponsons, shatter windscreen. Coast Guardsman 3rd class. Marcus Rodriguez takes round to body armor. Knocked down. Winded. Not penetrated. Taking fire, break off, break off. The RHIB pilot slams throttles forward. Emergency evasive. Zigzag pattern. More rounds impact. Fuel tank hit. Leaking. Engine damaged, but still running. They make it back to USCGC Stone, bleeding, shaken, furious. 1 Coast Guardsman wounded, non-life-threatening. Body armor saved his life. But pirates fired on U.S. government personnel conducting lawful operations in international waters. That's not drug trafficking. That's not resistance. That's an act of war. Lieutenant Commander Thompson's expression hardens. This just became different mission, different rules, different response. Secure from law enforcement operations. Set condition 1 throughout the ship. Weapons-free authorization requested from 5th Fleet. All hands prepare for combat operations. At 11:49 a.m., the Venezuelan go-fast boat attempts to flee. Maximum speed, heading south, toward Venezuelan territorial waters. They think they can escape, hide behind sovereignty, avoid consequences. They're catastrophically wrong. Because 23 nautical miles away, USS Porter is already moving. Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Monitoring Coast Guard frequencies. Heard the emergency call. Combat systems activating. Course changing. Speed increasing to 30 knots. And 34 nautical miles east, 2 MH-60R Seahawk helicopters from Carrier Strike Group 10 are already airborne. AGM-114 Hellfire missiles armed. Targeting pods active. Link 16 data link connecting them to every U.S. asset within 300 miles. The Venezuelan pirates fired on the wrong nation's personnel. At 11:51 a.m., USS Porter establishes communication with USCGC Stone. Stone, this is Porter Actual. We have your position. We have the hostile vessel. Request permission to engage. Porter, Stone Actual. Permission granted. Weapons free. Neutralize the threat. 4 minutes. That's how long it takes from pirates firing to American response launching. What happens in those 4 minutes changes Caribbean piracy forever. The Venezuelan go-fast boat races south. 41 knots, maximum speed. Pirates celebrating. They shot at Americans and escaped. They're invincible, untouchable. Their celebration lasts exactly 127 seconds. At 11:53 a.m., the first MH-60R Seahawk achieves visual contact. Altitude 800 feet. Range 8 nautical miles. Advanced targeting pod locks onto the fleeing vessel. Infrared signature clear. Radar return positive. Target designated. Stone, Seahawk 27. We have visual on hostile. Request clearance weapons release. 27 Stone, you are cleared hot. Neutralize target. The helicopter pilot doesn't hesitate. Months of training. Hundreds of hours. Perfect conditions. Clear target. No collateral risk. AGM-114 Hellfire missile launches. Solid rocket motor ignites. Smoke trail visible. Mach 1.3 acceleration. Laser guided. 20-pound tandem-shaped charge warhead. Flight time 11 seconds. The Venezuelan pirates never see it coming. One moment running at maximum speed. Next moment, white-hot explosion vaporizes the stern. Engine compartment detonates. Fuel ignites. Secondary explosion rips through the vessel. The go-fast boat disintegrates. Fiberglass, wood, bodies, all mixing in fireball visible for 15 miles. Debris rains across 100-meter radius. Nothing larger than basketball remains intact. 11 pirates, 0 survivors. Total time from firing on Coast Guard to complete destruction, 4 minutes 17 seconds. What's your choice for pirate interdiction? Type A for helicopter strikes. Type B for destroyer engagement. Type C for Coast Guard boarding. But that's just the beginning. Because intelligence networks activate immediately. NSA intercepts Venezuelan communications. CIA analyzes cartel connections. Naval intelligence tracks associates. Within 2 hours, complete picture emerges. The Venezuelan go-fast boat that attacked Coast Guard borders wasn't isolated, part of larger pirate network. 17 vessels total, operating from Paraguaná Peninsula, led by former Venezuelan Navy officer, corruption-enabled operation, protected by local authorities, attacking commercial shipping, hijacking fishing vessels, extorting drug traffickers. They thought American forces wouldn't retaliate. That Coast Guard operated alone. That attacking U.S. personnel carried no consequences. They learn otherwise rapidly and decisively. At 2:47 p.m., 5 hours after the attack, USS Porter arrives at Paraguaná Peninsula, 12 nautical miles offshore, international waters, Aegis radar sweeping, identifying targets. The destroyer detects 11 vessels matching pirate fleet profile, anchored in protected cove, thinking they're safe. Protected by Venezuelan sovereignty. Captain Sarah Chen commands USS Porter, 21 years naval service, 2 combat deployments, Bronze Star recipient, 0 tolerance for attacks on American personnel. Locate and track all hostile vessels, prepare Tomahawk strike package, coordinate with JAG for legal review, get me 5th Fleet on secure channel. The legal review takes 34 minutes. Judge Advocate General confirms. Vessels attacked U.S. government personnel in international waters. Self-defense authorization applies. Venezuelan government refuses to act against pirate network. Pirates continue operating. Clear and present danger to U.S. interests. Authorization granted. At 3:21 p.m., USS Porter prepares to deliver message Venezuela's government won't forget. The Mk-41 vertical launch system contains 48 Tomahawk cruise missiles, BGM-109 Block 4 variants, range 1,000 plus nautical miles, warhead 1,000 pounds high explosive, GPS guided, terrain following, pinpoint accuracy. For this mission, Porter needs exactly 11 missiles, 1 per pirate vessel, no more, no less, surgical precision. Commence Tomahawk launch sequence. Time on target, simultaneous. Targeting solutions verified. Collateral damage assessment, minimal. Civilian risk, 0. Execute on my command. All systems green, Captain. Fire for effect. The first Tomahawk launches at 3:24 p.m. Cell door blows open. Rocket motor ignites. Missile erupts vertically. Smoke billows. Thunder rolls. The cruise missile climbs to altitude. Wings deploy. Turbojet engine activates. Course sets for target. Every 8 seconds, another Tomahawk launches. Methodical. Precise. Professional. 11 missiles. 11 targets. Perfect coordination. The missiles streak toward Paraguaná Peninsula. Low altitude. 550 MF. Terrain following radar. They hug the coastline. Invisible to coastal radar until too late. Stay with me, because what happens next demonstrates why attacking American forces anywhere on Earth brings swift, certain, devastating consequences. At 3:31 p.m., the Tomahawks reach their targets. Simultaneous impact. 11 vessels, 11 explosions, 11,000 pounds of high explosive detonating in concentrated sequence. The protected cove transforms into hell. Pirate vessels disintegrate. Docks explode. Fuel storage ignites. Ammunition cooks off. Secondary explosions cascade through the entire facility. Fireball rises 400 feet. Smoke column visible for 50 miles. Seismic monitoring stations 90 miles away record the detonations. Windows shatter in nearby town 2 kilometers distant. The Venezuelan pirate network ceases to exist. 17 vessels destroyed. 11 by Tomahawk. 1 by Hellfire. 5 captured by Venezuelan Navy, pressured by U.S. diplomatic channels threatening sanctions. 89 pirates killed, 34 arrested, 0 escaped. Total pirate network operational lifespan after attacking U.S. Coast Guard, 4 hours 8 minutes. The message resonates across every pirate operation in the Western Hemisphere. Don't attack American forces, ever. The response will be immediate, overwhelming, final. But the operation's complexity reveals American military coordination that no other nation can match. When Venezuelan pirates opened fire at 11:47 a.m., automatic systems triggered. Coast Guard distress call transmitted simultaneously to U.S. 5th Fleet Command, Naval Forces Southern Command, Joint Interagency Task Force South, CIA Caribbean Station, NSA Caribbean Listening Post, U.S. Embassy Caracas. Each organization activated protocols, intelligence gathered, assets positioned, legal reviews conducted, diplomatic channels engaged, all within minutes. By 12:15 p.m., complete operational picture existed. Pirate network identified. Venezuelan government non-cooperation confirmed. Authorization chain initiated. Military response prepared. By 3:24 p.m., Tomahawks launching. 4 hours from attack to annihilation. Across multiple organizations. International waters. Foreign coastline. 0 civilian casualties. Perfect execution. That's not luck. That's integrated military capability, decades in development. That's training, doctrine, equipment, communications, intelligence, all functioning seamlessly. Here's your tactical quiz. What enabled such rapid response? A. Pre-positioned forces. B. Intelligence networks. C. Integrated command structures. Answer at the end. The Venezuelan government protests. Violation of sovereignty claimed. U.S. aggression alleged. International law invoked. U.S. State Department response. Venezuelan-based pirates attacked U.S. government personnel conducting lawful operations in international waters. When Venezuela refused to act against these criminals, the United States exercised inherent right of self-defense under international law. All strikes occurred against maritime targets in international waters, or against pirates caught in extremis committing violent crimes. Venezuela's sovereignty was respected. Venezuela's failure to control criminal networks operating from its territory was not. The protest dies quietly, because Venezuela knows Russia knows. China knows. Everyone knows. You attack American forces, you face consequences. Period. The regional impact cascades rapidly. Piracy incidents in Caribbean dropped 73% in following 6 months. Commercial shipping insurance rates decrease. Trade increases. Tourism grows. Economic benefits flow from demonstrated American willingness to protect maritime security. But the Coast Guard boarding team members affected by the attack carry different perspective. Coast Guardsman 3rd Class Marcus Rodriguez, hit by AK-47 round, recovers fully. Body armor prevented serious injury, but psychological impact remains. We're Coast Guard, law enforcement. We don't expect combat. We train for it, but don't expect it. When those pirates opened fire, everything changed. We weren't cops anymore. We were warriors. And knowing the Navy had our backs, knowing they obliterated that pirate network within hours, that matters. That shows nobody attacks Americans without consequences. The 6-member boarding team receives Coast Guard Commendation Medals. Lieutenant Commander Thompson receives Legion of Merit. USCGC Stone receives Meritorious Unit Commendation. Recognition for maintaining composure under fire, for professional execution, for upholding Coast Guard values under attack. USS Porter receives similar recognition. Navy Unit Commendation. Captain Chen receives Bronze Star. Tomahawk strike planners receive achievement medals. The entire chain of command from Coast Guard to Navy to 5th Fleet Command receives acknowledgement. Because this operation succeeded through coordination, communication, mutual support, different services, different missions, same commitment to protecting American personnel. The MH-60R Seahawk crews who delivered the first Hellfire strike receive air medals. Their 11-second flight time from launch to impact demonstrated precision aviation few nations can match. Laser designation, weapons release, target tracking, impact confirmation, all while maneuvering at 800 feet over hostile waters. Training investment pays dividends. Helicopter pilots log 300+ hours annually, weapons training quarterly, realistic scenarios monthly. When real crisis emerges, muscle memory executes. No hesitation, no uncertainty. Perfect performance. If you believe coordinated military response dominates modern security, type Global Warfare TV in the comments. The intelligence gathered from destroyed pirate network proves invaluable. Recovered communications reveal connections to Venezuelan military officers, corruption networks, drug cartel alliances, Chinese equipment suppliers. CIA analyzes, NSA decrypts, DEA investigates, State Department pressures, Treasury Department sanctions, entire network unravels, 47 Venezuelan officers arrested, 12 drug cartel members identified, 3 Chinese shipping companies sanctioned. One pirate attack triggers international law enforcement cascade affecting 3 countries and disrupting billion-dollar criminal enterprise. The strategic calculation shifts permanently. Pirates worldwide recognize attacking Americans carries disproportionate risk, not just immediate military response, but entire network exposure, international prosecution, asset seizure, life imprisonment. Cost-benefit analysis favors avoiding U.S. targets completely. Attack easier targets, avoid American flags. Don't escalate to violence against U.S. personnel. The deterrent works because the response was overwhelming. If Navy had captured pirates for trial, message dilutes. If Coast Guard had responded alone, impact lessens. If response took days instead of hours, perception weakens. But 4-minute Hellfire strike followed by 4-hour Tomahawk campaign? That sends message that resonates across every criminal network worldwide. America's reach is immediate, precise, unstoppable. The technology enabling this response deserves examination. USS Porter's AN-SPY 1D radar detected pirate vessels from 40+ nautical miles, distinguished between fishing boats and pirate vessels through behavior analysis, provided targeting data for Tomahawk strikes with 3-meter accuracy. The Tomahawk Block 4 missiles included beyond line-of-sight capability, GPS guided to target area. Terminal phase using digital scene matching area correlation. Matches terrain imagery. Adjusts course. Impacts within 3 meters of aim point. The MH-60R Seahawk helicopters carried ALQ-210 electronic support measures, detected Venezuelan coastal radar, provided warning, enabled helicopter positioning outside radar coverage, allowed surprise approach. The AGM-114 Hellfire missiles used semi-active laser guidance. Targeting pod illuminated target. Missile followed reflected laser energy. Terminal accuracy measured in centimeters. The 20-pound warhead placed precisely on pirate vessel engine compartment. Guaranteed kill. Every technology element functioning perfectly. Every system integrated seamlessly. Every platform communicating continuously. That's American military advantage. Not any single weapon, but complete architecture functioning as unified whole. The economic comparison proves striking. Venezuelan pirate network represented estimated criminal revenue $180 million annually. Drug trafficking, piracy, extortion, smuggling, all revenue streams. U.S. military response cost, $24.7 million. 11 Tomahawk missiles at $2 million each. 1 Hellfire at $150,000. Operational costs for ships and helicopters. Intelligence support. Legal review. Coordination. For $24.7 million, the United States eliminated a $180 million annual criminal enterprise, deterred future attacks, secured shipping lanes, protected commercial interests, demonstrated resolve. Return on investment, 7.3 to 1. Worth every penny. But the real value exceeds monetary calculation. American credibility strengthened, adversaries deterred, allies reassured, criminal networks disrupted, maritime security enhanced, lives saved. Those benefits multiply across years, decades. The May 14th operation creates deterrent effects lasting generation. Pirates operating in 2030 will remember what happened in 2024. Don't attack Americans. Quiz answer. The correct answer is C with strong A and B elements. Integrated command structures enabled rapid response, but only because pre-positioned forces existed and intelligence networks provided targeting. All 3 elements necessary. Remove anyone, response fails. Integration without forces means no capability. Forces without intelligence means no targets. Intelligence without integration means no coordination. The complete architecture enabled 4-minute Hellfire response and 4-hour Tomahawk campaign. Which capability matters most for maritime security? Pre-positioned forces, intelligence networks, command integration? Can any nation replicate this response capability? What happens when pirates acquire anti-aircraft missiles? Future maritime security depends on these questions. Answers determine which nations protect commercial shipping, control sea lanes, project power globally. Subscribe to Global Warfare TV, where swift justice meets overwhelming force. Hit notification bell. Next episode, how U.S. submarine-launched Tomahawks are reshaping strike warfare. The stealth capability will shock you. Like this breakdown? Comment which response impressed you most. 4-minute Hellfire strike? Simultaneous Tomahawk impacts? Complete pirate network destruction? Your engagement determines future content. This is Global Warfare TV, where pirates attack Coast Guard borders, where American response arrives in 4 minutes, where criminal networks learn that attacking U.S. forces brings swift, certain, devastating consequences, regardless of location, nationality, or excuses. Subscribe, stay protected, stay informed, stay dominant. Because maritime security isn't abstract concept. It's concrete reality maintained through demonstrated capability, through proven willingness to use force decisively, through coordination exceeding any potential adversary. Caribbean Sea remains secure. International waters remain safe. American personnel remain protected. Not through luck, not through hope. Through proven military power demonstrated decisively. May 14th, 2024. when Venezuelan pirates thought they could fire on U.S. Coast Guard and escape consequences, and learned that American military reach extends everywhere. American response arrives swiftly. American justice delivers absolutely. 4 minutes from attack to annihilation. 4 hours from piracy to network destruction. Forever marked in history as the day pirates learned attacking Americans means extinction.